Hey guys, what's up? I'm going to try to show you all how to set up your files and stuff for the epilogue engraver. So hopefully this works. Hopefully my audio is working. I've never really recorded on Teams before, nor have I done anything like that on my computer. So let me go and share my screen real quick, and I'll first show you guys how to save files as DXF files, or save SolidWorks files as DXF files. So basically, click on whatever face you want it to be normal to. Control-8 will get you normal to that face. And then from there, you can go save as. And then you drop this down and you go to a DXF file. And then just label it whatever you want. And basically, I mean, there's different ways to do it, but the way that I like to do it is just, it'll basically capture whatever whatever is normal to the view that you're on as a DXF file. I click save. It'll ask me which one I want, which entities I want to export. Guess it would be all of them. I just have a lot of faces just because this is, don't need this edge in here. Anyways, but you guys get the gist of it. So I only selected those faces, but because you guys have continuous parts, it should just pull the whole part. But anyways, it'll give you a sample of what your DXF file will look like. Click save, and then you'll have your DXF file. So do this to your guys' business card holders. I couldn't put mine on here because this has SolidWorks 2021 and I made it in 2022, so SolidWorks isn't backwards compatible, so that ain't gonna work. But anyways, hopefully you guys can get a taste of it from this. And then basically toss that DXF file onto a USB, plug it into the computer, and we'll be good to go. So then once you get here, open up CorelDRAW. Once you have CorelDRAW open, we're gonna go ahead and open up our DXF file. So that is going to be this guy right here. Real quick, so we all made them in English units. At least you should have made them in English units. So make sure it's selected as English units, unless you want to make a 25.4:1 scale model of it. So click OK. Use the suggested match for the font. That's going to be this font down here. Just go and highlight this and delete it anyways. I should mention before I get into this, the way that I do this is probably not going to be the most easiest way ever. With that being said, it is the way that will take your DXF file and engrave it, and it'll be not in super precise, but it'll be much more precise than what we probably need for this class, but it makes sure that everything will end up in the right spot. And it also uses the DXF, or it uses your CAD model to do the engraving. So I like doing it this way. Again, always more than one way to skin a cat, but I just thought I would give you guys that warning up front. So here's our DXF file. We got to do a little bit of fixing up on this guy. For example, all this interior geometry we don't need. So we can kind of highlight that and delete it. Let's kind of just going through here and cleaning up this stuff. Don't need this. And then the other thing is there's two lines right here because of that chamfer. So I guess if you wanted to, you could suppress the chamfers before you export it, and that would technically make this slightly easier, but it's not too much of a pain in the ass to go through and just delete all these duders. So basically how I'm gonna do this operation is I put some masking tape down on the laser cutter, and I'm essentially just gonna cut that masking tape out, and that's gonna be my outline. And then I will, oh shit, I lost these lines. So basically I got the masking tape on there, and then I'll cut the masking tape. And then once I get the masking tape cut out, it'll know exactly where my BCH should be. And then I'll just toss the BCH on there, uh, line it up with the outline that I've already cut in the masking tape, and then I will just go ahead and engrave my BCH from there. So 2 operations, don't touch the part in between, and you should end up with near perfect results. Again, I'll do my best to kind of show you guys what I'm doing on the laser front, um, but no guarantees I will be pointing the camera in anywhere towards the right direction because I am just using a little web camera here attached to this print or attached to this computer. So, anyways, just cleaning up those outlines right there and those tangent lines. So now we end up with this. Um, so I move my face over a little bit. Okay, so what I'm now going to recommend is we'll highlight the whole thing, and over here is your outline. So we want to have a hairline outline. We'll just toss on everything for now, but basically, if you have the outline as a hairline, the laser engraver it'll cut. And if you have it as anything more than hairline, like, and point 0.5 point all the way up to anything else, it'll engrave that. So we want to cut this outline, and then we're going to end up engraving this, but we'll switch this over later. So when we import this stuff as a DXF file, basically the curves are not like joined together. It's kind of a pain, but there's this easy way and because they're not joined together, we can't fill in uh, the lines because basically we need to fill in everything so that way it knows to engrave it. So in order to fill it, we first need to join the curves. So to join the curves, we'll go ahead and highlight this guy right here, go to Windows, go to Dockers, and click Join Curves. Let's see, did that work? Nope, our curves are not joined. So let's try that again. So Windows, Dockers, Join Curves. Here we go. This is the window I was looking for. So just extend the curves, click Apply, and now we should be good. Now when I click on one of the lines, the whole thing pops up. So we'll go ahead and do that for the ASU logo down here as well. So highlight it. Oh, it'll keep that menu up. Join the curves, and we're good to go. Okay, so now we need to go about filling all of this in. So we're gonna use our Smart Fill tool down here. So basically, click there and click fill and then add fill to it. However, if you just add fill to it like this, it'll do the whole thing. So what we actually need to do is go in here and basically fill that in, but change the fill to white. Because if we fill it in as white, it won't engrave there. Again, there might be a better way to do this. I am no expert in Corel Draw. I just know that this way works. It's a little labor intensive, but if you guys got a better idea, feel free to try it out. Go and give it fill, and then just move this slider up so that way it makes the fill white. Because then when we go here and we give it fill, then it gives us the correct, oh, except for I forgot the A in ASU. So let's give this a shot. All right, once that's white, and we go to fill, then we get our ASU logo all done. So then go back to our select tool up here, and then we'll highlight this guy. And for the outline, we're going to choose no outline. Reason being is we don't want, if we have an outline on there, then it will engrave it all, and then it will also try to cut it out. It's not going to cut it because it's aluminum, but we just don't need to be, shouldn't hurt anything, but there's no point in having it there. Anyways, but I keep the outline on there. Oh, crap. I keep the outline on it until I finish filling it in, just so that way I can see what I'm doing. Because if you turn the outline off, then you can't see what you're doing. So anyways, same process up here. And just click on the letter, turn the fill on. Again, for any letters that have areas inside them, you'll need to fill in that area inside, turn it to white, and then turn it back to your fill in the inner part of the letter, turn it to white, and then fill in the rest of the letter. Again, you could just use the text tool in here, but I wanted to make sure that it was exactly where it was in my CAD model. So that was the only reason why I did it the way that, or why I chose to do it the way that I did it. So again, fill it in, change it to white because it's the inner part of the A, and then fill in the rest of the A. Oh, I feel slow now. Okay, so select, go through all your inners of your letters and make those all, make your inners of your letters white, and then just highlight the rest and add fill, and you can do it all in one step. That was painstakingly easy. Yeah, full and open disclosure, I am not an expert in CorelDRAW. Um, I just know enough to do what I need to do. So make your innards of your letters white, and then just highlight the whole thing, give it some fill, make it black, because black will engrave it, and you should end up with something like this. And then also don't forget to turn your outline off on this guy. Um, the other thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight the whole thing and press Control. Oh, just kidding. I'm not going to do that. Actually, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to worry about that. Okay, so once we got this, we can just go File and Print, and it'll print to the epilogue engraver, and you just press Print. This will not start the printing process yet. It'll just pull up. It'll pull up your print in this little tab right here with this little E. So basically, first step is it won't print anything if it's in this pink region. So just expand that pink region to the whole thing. Right now I can see this. This is a camera. This is a live feed from inside the printer or the engraver. But the actual engraver itself is in the way. So basically, I'll just show you what I'm doing right here, actually. So to move around the laser duder, so you go to the joystick, you press that guy right there, and then you could just move it out of the way. So once we got it moved out of the way, we'll be able to see. And this tape right here is just masking tape that I put directly onto the bed of the laser. And basically, that's what I was saying. We'll do the outline. We'll cut the outline first. We'll put our BCH on it, and then we'll do the engraving. So first step, I like to put stuff in the middle because that's where the cameras are, and that's where the cameras tend to be the most accurate. So yeah. So first thing we're gonna do is vector the. So for our settings for this guy, for the vector, we'll go speed, we'll go like 80-ish. Powered frequency, we'll go 100. We're only cutting through tape, so we can go kind of stupid fast. For the engraving settings, honestly, no one's come to engrave their BCH yet, so I don't know exactly I don't know what the settings are gonna be. I'm guessing for speed, we'll go somewhere around 40-ish for power. 80-ish should be fine. I'll talk once I kind of fine tune the settings with a little bit of experimentation. I'll go ahead and give you guys those specs. But yeah. So for this first job, we're gonna go process type where it says engrave, and we're gonna turn it off because all we want to do is do the vector cut. And then we will press print. Okay, so then that sent the job over to the printer. So kind of try to show you guys what I'm doing. Apologies for the shaky hand. I am literally just holding a web camera. I can't even really tell where it's pointing. So, um, so first thing we got to do is we got to focus the laser. So you can see over here, I could use the joystick. We're gonna drive it over the, it's not the best, but basically drive it over the tape. And then we go to our little menu here. Get my little cord out of the way. Okay, you see this little autofocus button? Push that guy. And it takes a little reading to make sure that your depth's all good. Anyways, you can't really see that. It's fine. Anyways, so once you do that, you're all focused. So then basically all you got to do, oh, make sure you turn on your vacuum pump. Almost forgot that. So there's a little switch right there. Turn it on. Um, anyways. Come on. There's a little 3 bars up, or 4 bars up here. Touch that, and that's where your jobs are at. So it should be about a 10-second job to cut that outline. So just click on it, and it'll go ahead and cut your outline. And there you go. So then what we're gonna do is don't open the lid. Don't touch your part. Well, actually, I take that back. Yes, you're gonna have to open the lid and put your part in. Sorry, I wasn't thinking there for a second. So basically this vector, click on vector here, turn the vector off, but then in the engrave portion, turn the engrave on. So change it from off to engrave. So now what we're gonna do is we take our BCH and we're gonna go ahead and toss that in, and we'll line it up with the cut we made, and then we should be able to print from there. So we will go ahead and send this job over to the printer now. So it's sent over, and then I'll go ahead and you guys will be able to see me when I lift. So lift up the lid, wave to the camera, Toss your BCH exactly on those lines that you just cut. Again, it might not be rough. It might not be exactly where it is on the camera because the camera's not 100% accurate, but that's where as long as you line it up with those lines and you don't move the print around on here, your job will be just fine. So use the camera for rough estimates. It's not super accurate. That's why we did the cut before. So once you press print, we're gonna need to refocus the laser. So let me see, we're kind of done here on the Corel Draw front. Let me see, how can I? Let's see. Option. Okay, sweet, there we go. All right, so now I'm gonna show you guys how to refocus the laser. So, let me turn my computer a little bit. Okay. So basically, go here to the focus menu, which again, it's this guy right here. It's green. It has a little up and down arrow on it. And basically we use the joystick. The joystick controls the height of the bed. So by moving the joystick down, we will be lowering the height of the bed. And then from there, from the up down part, go over to the one that looks like a joystick. Click on that one. And then use the joystick to drive the laser head over the part. Make sure it doesn't collide with your BCH. If it does, just go back, or if it looks like it's going to, go back over here, drop the bed down some more, and then go back over to the joystick and drive over the part. Once you're over the part, go ahead and press autofocus. It'll bring the bed up and it'll probe the little laser head, and then you'll be good and all focused. So then, just like we did our last job, again, I'm sorry the definition on this isn't fantastic, but click your 3 bars here. And then that's the other job, or that's the second job for this guy. And just press play. Light turns on, make sure your vacuum pump's on, and then it'll just go ahead and engrave your part. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It's not super hard. The hardest part is just getting your DXF file all set up. There are other ways to do it. You can draw a box that's the same size as the part and then just use the text tool and get it roughly in the right spot. But I wanted to be as precise as I could, so that's why I chose to do it that way. Probably hang out here for another minute just so I can show you guys what the final result looks like. But yeah, that's all there is to it as far as laser engraving goes. Anyways, looks like we're almost done here. Perfect. Okay, so show you guys what we're up to. So this is what it should look like. Well, obviously you guys will be aluminum. So the important thing is if it's not done to how you'd like it to be done, don't touch it. You could run the job again. It's as easy as just press and play over here one more time. If you touch it, you will never be able to get it exactly in the right spot. You'll end up with like 2 images on it. It'll look kind of double stamped. So if it's not done to your liking, you can run the job again. It won't hurt the laser. Do not touch it. If it looks like it's done and you like it, you can go ahead and pick it up. Go ahead and peel off your tape, because again, you're not going to be able to recreate this once you've moved it. You're not going to be able to recreate it. That tape's not going to do you much good. And yeah. So, anyways, hopefully that is helpful. Hopefully that was, yeah, hopefully it was useful. I don't know, but that's what you end up with. So, happy laser engraving, everyone.